motorino sempre in due, poi la vita è diventata più veloce, ognuno per le sue. È una gara senza freni, non ci sono premi. Dove vai se non sai da dove vieni?
So when you're on the road and you do get a little bit of free time, is there anything in particular that you like to get into?
Playing 2K is always some little time I always have for myself to do, and I love playing golf. So I always try to get a chance to play around the golf.
Last year when you were on the show with us, you talked about how you always want to continue working on your game. So is there anything in particular this season that you've been working on?
Developing even more guard skills and just finding new ways to help my teammates. Because, you know, when you want to be in the playoffs and you want to win, it takes everyone to be at their max potential.
For sure. Have you noticed a change in the style of the NBA, even in the, 2 and change seasons that you've been playing?
Now it's just so fast. You know, everyone's playing at such a pace because fives are, need to do so much more than before. So it's a different game, and I'm very fortunate I have the skills to keep up with them, and very fortunate to be in the league at this time.
So you guys have added some new guys to your team this year. You have Jamal Crawford, Jeff Teague, Jimmy Butler, Taj Gibson. Is there anything that you guys have done as a team to build up that chemistry?
For us, it's just more about just getting to know each other, using the plane rides. You know, we were very fortunate that in our first year with such a new team, we had the China trip. So we did a great job of just, really getting to know each other and really just having fun with each other.
I saw on your Instagram also that you were hanging out with KG.
Yeah, he's like my brother. So, whenever I have a chance and he has a chance, we always try to get together and we just hang out like old times.
And he's one of a few, I would say, legend-like players who have retired recently.
Yeah.
Are there any guys who are no longer in the league that you kind of wish you could work with a little bit?
Tim Duncan, would love to hear his advice on certain things and what.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We are live from the Motor City. Welcome to Detroit in an Eastern Conference contest for the Pistons. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by the talented analyst tandem of Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. David Aldridge is on our sideline. And the Bulls looking for a positive start here on their road trip. They are 4 games off the lead, definitely in the playoff picture.
And, for the Bulls, here's a team that some people doubted coming into the season. Obviously heard all the chatter, banded together, and now they've strung together some great wins.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the offseason moves, even the summer league, the preseason, what they've developed so far, it's working.
And Chris, it must be fun for you watching two teams who look for a lot lot of their offense in the low block.
I mean, there's a real art to being on that low block. If you think about it, you can facilitate just like a point guard. All you have to do is just be dominant down there. When you do that, you'll cause a double team. Your height, your position, where you're on the floor, you can see over other players, and you can find that open man. It's like playing the point guard, just from a different position.
So it's physical, but there is a lot of nuance to it as well, correct?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely physical. Much more physical than being out top of that front of the key. But if you can handle it correctly, that means you have more space, you can be more efficient, use less dribbles, and also now with the way that players play and their skill set, they space the floor so much, so it's harder for a player to get to you and help. And if a player does commit to you with that help, that means you can find an open man and make the defense pay.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls opening lineup. Davis is out there with Maker. Then there's Warren. Then it's Curry. And the shot goes in from Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
Chicago with the ball. And Curry has it in the corner. Nailed from three-point land. Curry's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Pass to Murray. He feeds it to Leonard. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Now here's Davis. 8 points his last outing. It's stolen by Gobert. And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. And then Leonard with the dunk.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Davis against Gobert. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it three.
And just a nice combination of size and feel there. Terrific finish down low.
And Chris, as you grew up a Piston fan being born in Detroit, which Piston were you the biggest fan of when you were growing up?
Oh, wow. By far, Isaiah, no question. Isaiah was the heart and soul of that team. A guy that was smile, but had the heart of an assassin that wanted to play and use everything that he had to get a win out of every game. The best small guard, in my opinion, the game has seen. His handles, his leadership. He was just a Chicago kid trying to make it. And then, of course, Joe Dumars and the fact that, he was just so solid, such a great guy for the community, such a heck of a two-guard out there, a defender, a guy that could spread the floor. And, of course, Bill Laimbeer, his physical play. Bob Lanier, my man Rick Mahorn, Adrian Dantley, Mark McGuire. I can keep going. Chuck Nevitt even was a Piston for a while.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Davis sets a screen. Curry outside. Another three for Chicago.
The beautiful shooting form and consistent shooting form of Steph Curry.
Murray kicks to Gobert. Back to Murray. And it's Chicago with the rebound. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
You know what? It's a fine line between attacking but yet staying under control. And they did, and that's why they shot such a high percentage.
Well, they worked through their plays until they found some decent looks. And then they did a great job finishing.
Shot from 12. Passes it to Gobert. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. The Pistons shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. He's off on the first. He hits the second from the line. And it's the Bulls with the ball. Curry kicks to Maker. Trying to find Curry. He's got it now. Gobert with the block. Leonard against Warren. Kicks it to Murray. There's the feed to Murray. They set the pick. Back to Murray. It's up a 3. 4 on the clock. From 17 feet out. That one misses. And it's Chicago the other way. Maker with the ball. Leonard picks him up. Maker misses.
Not the tightest of D on him, but not the best of finishes either.
Murray kicks to Murray. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Murray's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Curry on the wing. He's covered by Murray. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. And again, Chicago, no good. Detroit's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Leonard kicks to Murray. Curry against Leonard. Puts up a 3. Kept alive. And the shot goes in from Rudy Gobert. Gobert's got 5.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Davis sets a screen. He's covered by Murray. Pulls up on the wing, and he hits the jump shot. So it's the Pistons now. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And this is why scouting is so important. You've got to be able to identify those role players who can complement what your team does.
Yeah, that was big-time production from the bench, especially on the offensive end.
Here's Murray. The Bulls getting the bucket. Over Davis. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for the Pistons.
And I think they had the right idea. They didn't rely too much on the 3-point shot or, for that matter, the inside game. They kind of altered their game plan depending on the opponent and really avoided being one-dimensional.
The Bulls have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far, right at the 50% mark. Pass to Warren. A 3-ball. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. For Detroit, they've gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Gobert, the screen. Murray dishes to Murray. Now Murray. He had 16 points in the win against Toronto. No one covers. He has 6.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Outside Curry. Davis sets a screen. Back to Curry. Shoots the 3. Tries again. And Davis can't get it to go.
That's just a quick move to the 10 and an even quicker reaction by the D to stop.
Murray with it. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Jacks up a 3. Another 3 for Detroit.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Outside Curry. For Murray. On target from 13 feet. 8 points for Steph Curry.
Oh, trying to take away Steph's deep ball. He goes and beats you with the in-between game.
Well, one book that is out on Curry is that you can body him and knock him around off the ball. Chris, a lot of teams feel that if you can beat him up as he comes off a screen, he'll be far less productive. What do you think?
Well, whether it's true, not true, fair or unfair, Curry's definitely getting banged around off there. You watch him off the ball in some games. He gets grabs, push, pull, you name it.
And they can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
Leonard, the pass to Murray. Now here's Murray. Gobert, the screen. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Murray's got 5 now.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, look, when you're giving up that type of height, you use your quickness. It's just that simple. And it's also a matter of skill.
Now here's Maker. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Chris, during your playing days, you had a number of point guards that you developed an excellent rapport with. What do you feel is the most important part of being a successful point guard in the league?
You have to be a great leader to be a successful point guard in the league. You have to be open. You have to be tough on guys. You have to know guys' personality, and you have to be giving. You have to trust your guys. And I was blessed. I played with some really good point guards that had all of those qualities.
No good on that one. And Chris, you played during an era against a team that many consider the greatest of all time, that 96 Chicago Bulls team with Jordan and Pippen and a great roster. Just thinking back to that team during that second three-peat, what was it like when you were going up against that Bulls team?
So tough to play against that team. Jordan, arguably the best player that's ever, laced them up. And Pippen was so tough offensively and rebounding. Rodman as well on the boards. And then you had guys in a system that was, just really too much. It's hard to say. Of course, in my opinion, having played against them, they're the best team of all time. But Bill Russell once told me, ghosts can't play, so don't get caught up in comparing errors that you really can't prove it. So, yeah, of course, they're the best of all time to me, but it's fun watching these young kids play today.
Dunn kicks to Anthony. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Screen by Howard. And it's Dunn in the corner. Drills it from outside.
Gotta put some pressure on Dunn when he's squaring up from outside. Just an exceptional scorer.
Outside, Lynn. Allen up top. Over in the corner, Williams. Outside, Lynn. Allen passes to Kennard. There's the pick. Jumper off the screen, and the jumper is on the mark. Kennard's got his first points of the game.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
A lot of times your defense is your offense is your defense. This is poor decision making right here. You can't let them have that shot. Also might have been a lack of effort.
Now here's Anthony. Playing Dallas, he was nearly unstoppable. Howard setting the pick for Redick. Over Williamson, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Artful use of the screen there. Gains the separation he needs for a good look.
The pass to Kennard. Allen, a screen on Redick. A step back shot here. Shot's good by Kennard. Kennard's got his second basket of the game.
And you can tell the defender not anticipating the step back. He was headed in the opposite direction.
Dunn kicks to Howard. Williams against Anthony. Warren on the wing. Outside Anthony. Over Allen. They grab their own miss. Howard, first shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And you need an army to keep Howard away from the basket. He's so superb in snatching up offensive rebounds.
Allen with the screen for Lynn. There's the dish to Allen. to Kennard. Shoots over Reddick. That's short off the rim.
Not easy to miss a clean-looking side like that, but he manages to do it.
Dunn kicks to Reddick. And it's Dunn in the corner. Outside Anthony. The tray. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Outside, Lynn. Williamson, the pass to Kennard. Allen, a screen on Reddick. Off the pick. The shot that time, not on target.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Yeah, coming off of a good pick, you want to get that when he gets the separation he needs. I know he would love to have that one back.
Warren on the wing. He kicks it to Dunn. And the Bulls, another three.
And a lot of scoring here early on. This is the type of game. The fans love to see.
And the type of game that many coaches hate. Very little defense being played on either end.
It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Chicago Bulls. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball. Jeremy Lin, a player who's come a long way in his time in this league, from going undrafted out of Harvard to where he is now. He says he remains very grateful.
I wasn't sure, if my career would ever pan out the way I was.
Well, in a game filled with some pretty big egos, there are also guys like that who are living the dream in their own very grateful way. Lynn has certainly seen the highs and the lows.
And Kevin, not everyone's a superstar and certain of their future. Sometimes you get to be a superstar for a brief moment in time, but this game has a way of humbling people, even those who started out humble, like Lynn.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Bulls?
They've gotten that perimeter game going in that first, and for me, that was the difference.
Well, and not only in terms of building the lead, but now the defense has to extend itself. That leads to other opportunities.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Detroit, looking at who they've got. We've got Jeremy Lin. Williams is out there with Allen, and it's Kennard in at the 2 spot. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Williamson, and he overshot that one, missing.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Well, not all defenses are constructed to protect the mid-range area. Nicely done that time.
Dunn, wide open, he fires. His 3-pointers off the mark.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one over.
Here's Kennard, covered by Reddick. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Well, we always hear about how some guys are locker room leaders or a veteran presence on a team. Chris, how quickly does someone establish themselves as a team leader? It's universally embraced by the rest of the team.
It's tough. Some guys can come in and do it day one, but I think that we've seen a lot of leaders grow, whether it was a great leader like a 2-time MVP in Nash. It took some years first for him to understand himself and then kind of let his leadership you follow that on the court. We bring that to today with a guy like a John Wall. It's taken him about 4 or 5 years to really learn to be around veterans, but guys are coming in younger now, and so I think that it's going to take a little bit of time to develop, but as long as they're continuing to learn, as long as they're continuing to put the effort out, because you're a leader first by what you do, not by what you say. And so if you are trying to figure your way out and work hard, then you're being a leader. People are figuring it out. It's usually when does the vocal part come in along with kind of leading by an example. And so I think for every person it's different, but it's a lot of fun watching, because when they get to that point, you've definitely seen some development and growth from them mentally and physically when they've taken over the reins like a guy like John Wall has.
Good insight. Now here's Howard. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. And there's a whistle. That goes on Jeremy Lin. That is his first foul of the game. Now here's Reddick. He's guarded closely. Just 5 to shoot. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And the shooting form of Anthony, just perfect. He's dangerous with the catch and shoot, and just terrific at scoring when in rhythm.
Now here's Lin. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Detroit, no good that time either.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Feeds to Dunn. Outside, Reddick. Fires the 3. And there's Dunn on the assist from Reddick. And it's a 12-point Bulls lead.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. And Chris, growing up a fan of the Pistons, did you have any particular moment that sticks out to you about this franchise?
Oh, so many moments. Isaiah Thomas winning MVP in the All-Star game. So many moments. Joe Dumars playing great defense on Michael Jordan, sweeping the 1989 finals. That was our first time. And in high school, I remember we had these little pocket TVs that one of my friends had. We actually got to watch the game as the Pistons played against Portland. So, of course, I have many memories. You want some more? I keep going on and on and on and on.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Well, the pace right now, that's being dictated to them. They have to try to get it back to their tempo, to their style of game.
Let's take a moment to see the squads that have been the most dominant on the glass this season. Number 5, the Bulls.
You know, it's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
Dishes it to Lynn. Pistons passing it around. Pass to Kennard. Allen, a screen on Redick. Here's Kennard. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. That one's on Anthony.
Clearly a foul.
The Pistons have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. That free throw, no good. Chris, we all know you were a big Pistons fan growing up, and of course that means that you had plenty of chances to root against the Chicago Bulls. When you go back and you think about when you were young, was there one Bulls player that you loved to hate, so to speak?
You know, a little secret. I always cheered for Detroit, but I never hated the Bulls. Isaiah and Jordan were my favorite players. That's a little bit of a cop-out along with Magic, Bird, Dominique. But no. I really loved Artis Gilmore as well coming before. But no, I really can't say I had a player on the Bulls that I didn't really like.
Shots good by Wilson.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Here is Lynn. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And when you look at the younger generation of players coming in now, Chris, of course, you do the interviews, you see them, you talk to them. Is it easy for you to relate to these younger players?
Yeah, it's definitely easy to relate to them. I think that our generation had a lot of influence on their style, their kind of expression of self, just as the generations before us did, and we have that unique bond. I think that's one of the advantages that I have, that I've known some of these players since they've been young. I know their habits. I know that they're good kids, good individuals, and they just express themselves differently. You know, do I like the way they come into a game dressed looking like, I don't know, Ozzy Osbourne and Run DMC mix? Nah, I don't like that. But people used to say that about my style and my clothes too, Kevin. I'm sure they did that about you too, you know. So, man, I just love it. I just take it as we have some of the best players that fans have seen, and I'm just enjoying everything from the wild clothes to the music to their style. But, no, it's not hard to relate to them, man, because they're all pretty good kids.
Chris, just for the record, they never said that about me. I always...
Yeah, you always set the trend.
Now here's Curry. 8 points for him. Wilson. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Wilson's got 9 points now in the quarter.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Here's Kennard. He's coming off a 22-point game against Toronto.
And, you know, he was getting fouled time and time again and really delivered at the free throw line. Huge contribution there, guys.
From beyond the arc, and Curry pulls it down.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Drills the three-pointer.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
And the Pistons with possession here. Following the three-point basket by Chicago. And he drops it in from the low post. Leonard's got 6.
Oh, they lean on him for a big portion of their scoring, with a good reason.
Pass to Wilson. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Oh, he's not happy to pick up a second foul. This early in the game, he's got to be careful now.
Detroit making a switch here. Murray's checked in. Kicks it to Curry. Over Murray. And it's Chicago scoring again.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Over to the left wing. Stolen by Wilson. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. 11 feet away. Here's Davis. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass. Getting it done. He has 7.
Oh, tough effort right there on the glass. Those second chance points can pay off in a big way.
Gobert, the screen. It's stolen by Anthony. Back to Curry. Over to the left wing. 5 to shoot. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Recognizing the defensive imbalance. Curry quickly locates the open man.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season. And the Bulls making a change here. Makers checked in. The Pistons have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. Pistons passing it around. And Davis sends it back. And he gets it back. Maker with the ball. Out guarded by Murray. Bucket is good. Curry's got 4 this quarter.
His confidence level is through the roof today. It usually is anyway, but even by Curry standards, this has been incredible.
They set the pick. And here is Murray. 5 points in the game. Gobert, the screen. 5 on the clock. Murray, no good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Another 3 for Chicago.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Murray kicks to Murray. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. He's got 11.
Oh, and that's his first 3 of the second quarter. 3rd overall in this game.
Curry with it. Out guarded by Murray. Davis sets a screen. Curry kicks to Davis. Over Murray. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Davis has got 9.
And a terrific percentage here in the first half. You got to love their rhythm and the flow with which they're playing.
Well, it's the shot selection. That's been a positive for them thus far and a negative for their opponent.
Now here's Murray. He dishes it to Leonard. It's stolen by Anthony. Here's Maker. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Now Murray. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Here's Murray, and the foul on Jamal Murray. That's his first foul.
I mean, these giveaways aren't doing them any favors on the scoreboard.
T.J. Warren, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. Outside Curry. He feeds it to Warren. And the 3 off target. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. 11 feet away. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. They get Stephen Curry.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
For Detroit, they have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
Two.
And that one misses. Well, we always hear from NBA players that a win is a win. But, Chris, in all honesty, do some wins mean a lot more to players than others during the regular season?
You know, I know it sounds cliche, but not really. That really is the truth. You know, you may have 1 or 2 games that mean more, maybe Christmas, maybe against a rivalry, an old player. But you have to understand this. The whole mentality of lasting in this league is not to get too up or too down. If you get too up because you're playing against the Lakers, then, you know, you're going to lose against the Pistons the next night because you're not respecting them the same. You have to have respect every team, fear every team the same. And so just circling one in red kind of shows that you're not respecting the next team, which sets up for a letdown. And so I think that's a good practice to have. Every game means the same, but human nature kicks in, and some are going to mean more than others.
That is really interesting. For Detroit, they have taken 10 shots from the free throw line up to this point and made 6 of them. And he knocks down the first one.
Strong take to get the foul there after not getting it there in the first quarter.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
And it comes off the front of the rim. Detroit's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50.
He's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. And that was Under Armour bringing you that replay. Unleash chaos. And what a play it was. So the left wing takes the 3. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
He played a very solid first quarter, and now he's taking it up a notch here in the second.
Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Well, yeah, he might have seen something he wants to exploit. Well, we'll see what they run coming out of this.
Murray with it. He's got 5. Now the feed to Leonard. Gobert with a screen on Warren. Another 3 for Detroit.
And that makes it 2 3-pointers in the quarter so far and 4 for the game.
And the pass to Maker. Three-pointer. Curry's shot is good. Curry's got a couple of 3-pointers in the second for Chicago.
Well, he's been the safety valve for them on every possession. So dependent.
Murray dishes to Leonard. Shoots over Warren, and Detroit again with the bucket.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
So it's Chicago now. Davis sets a screen. He's covered by Leonard. Pocket 6. Left side Curry from the arc. And the Bulls another 3.
Using so many devices to get his shot. I mean, that time Curry on the catch and shoot.
Leonard on the wing. Now here's Gobert. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Goes up to the stripe. Again, Leonard missing.
He may have missed it, but that's a clean look at the basket.
He's covered by Leonard. Outside Curry. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Davis sets a screen. Now, here's Warren. He's covered by Murray. And a miss there on the triple. Detroit's gone 6 of 11 when they're taking the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Now the dish to Gobert. Now here's Murray. Tight defense on him. Doesn't go that time. So the Bulls will take it the other way. Next game for them, they'll take on the Raptors at Toronto. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Curry kicks to Davis. And here's Warren for 3 at the 10th. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Maker's got his second basket.
Oh, hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in. Fade away. Can't hit that one. And so it's the Chicago Bulls up by $33 points as the buzzer sounds. A huge lead for them. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Carmelo, what was the area of emphasis for your team during the first half?
Well, we're doing it on both ends of the court. We buckling down on the defensive end. We're sharing the ball offensively, making good plays. You know, cherishing every possession counts, and we're doing that the first half.
I know you want to keep it going in the second half. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. The first half was all about Stephen Curry. He had 21 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. In their previous game, he had a performance he said he wanted to put behind him quickly, and so far he's doing just that with the nice first half he had here. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
The first half belonged to Steph Curry. Overcome size differentials with the quick release, and we know about the touch and the skills. But he's competitive as a player you'll find. That separates him from the pack to me.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
Well, there are a few areas they need to improve on, but perimeter defense is priority numero uno. They got to be quicker to close out on the three-point shooters, and you got to prevent the open looks. They weren't fighting through screens. They're just not doing enough, Ernie, especially outside.
And now, folks, just moments away from the start of the third quarter.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, right. I mean, the defense hasn't had an answer for this guy yet. Just too skilled, too driven thus far.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. taking a look at the Bulls. Maker out there with Warren. Then it's Curry. Then there's Davis. Outside Curry. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Davis. Gobert with the block. And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. And it's Leonard with the jam.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Yeah, talent in this league has it so that now pretty much every team can push the pace. You have to get back on defense.
Curry with it. Out guarded by Murray. Right side Curry. Over Murray. And the shot is long. Detroit's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. He kicks to Gobert. Leonard against Warren. Wide open look here for Murray. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Murray's got 6.
And if you don't get out on Murray, he will light you up from beyond. He's lethal.
Curry kicks to Maker. Davis sets a screen. Maker passes to Warren. It's stolen by Gobert. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Feeds it to Murray. Takes the 13-footer. And Detroit again with the bucket.
Yet another easy make. They're really cooking now after making their 3rd straight shot to begin this half.
Outside, Davis. Inside, Warren. And he makes the bucket through contact and gets the whistle, too.
Oh, he took a terrific angle right there off the screen, something they work on every day in practice.
The Bulls have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
One shot.
And that one misses. For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Here's Murray. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. He's got 18.
Now, this is exactly the start they wanted to this half. They've only missed 1 shot in 5 of 10.
Outside Curry. That's tipped, and he recovers it. Davis has the open look. Rebound by Murray.
Even with the miss, that's a jumper he'll keep taking as long as they keep leaving him open.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Another 3 for Detroit.
It looked as if he would never find his game after that awful first half start, but he is really hitting his stride in the second.
Curry kicks to Warren. There's a screen. Dishes to Maker. Inside. Curry can't get it to go. Detroit's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Again, the Pistons score.
He's one of the guys having a solid game for them, but as a whole, they've been lacking.
Davis sets a screen. There's the triple. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Another 3 for Detroit.
And I tell you what, they're doing their best to cut down the lead with some smart offense here in the second half. Shot selection much improved since the break.
And here are the Bulls now. It's an 18-point lead. Passes to Maker. Kicks to Curry. Here's the screen. Back to Maker. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
Timeout.
Curry's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
What a solid decision maker. Curry with the headiness that you might expect from an NBA player's son.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. Well, the league has begun a program to crunch the numbers and learn how to reduce player injuries. It's just getting started, but Chris, exciting to think that we'd be able to cut down on that part of the game.
Oh, yeah. You're talking to a guy that suffered injuries most of my career. I'm glad that we have more information now as far as, looking on the bench. You have player tracking cameras, the nutrition. You have more research and flexibility and strength. And so now it can all be measured. And as long as the players-doctor relationship is kept in privacy, I think it'll make a big difference.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Oh, well, that's because it was terrific anticipation. Also, the quick hands, a lethal combination.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the call. Chicago the foul. Pistons have made 8 of their 12 free throws in this game.
Free throws.
Two shots.
And he can't get the first one. Good on the second free throw.
And you so often hear about how much Detroit Pistons fans pride themselves on the defense of this team. It's a part of the franchise's identity. All the fans in Detroit definitely love their defense.
Now here's Curry. He's got 21. A shot by Wilson, no good. And the Pistons with possession. They're on an 18-6 run. Here's Kennard. He's got 7. Outside Curry. Outside Wilson. From outside, off the mark. And only a handful of teams have a franchise identity like that with the Pistons in defense. Maybe the Lakers playing up-tempo or Memphis grinding it out.
Well, yeah, not many teams or franchises have an identity, and that's what makes it so special to play in Detroit for that reason. There's nothing like hearing the crowd get hyped for a defensive stop.
It's Curry outside. Rebound by Williams.
His percentage from the field is not very strong this quarter.
Pass to Lynn. Allen, a screen on Curry. Here's Lynn. And there's another one for the Pistons.
And really respect the confidence of Lynn. His teammates love how he runs these pick and roll plays.
Curry dishes to Anthony. Launches it. And it's Stephen Curry with a 3. Curry's got 24 points.
He is shooting the lights out from outside.
Now the pass to Kennard. They set the screen. Left side, Lynn. Yeah, the step back. Again, the Pistons score.
And you can sense the urgency from them now. They were flat in that first half, but they've come out here in the second and been much more aggressive offensively.
Another 3 for Chicago.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
Pistons trailed by 21. 13 feet away. Curry with the defensive effort.
I'll give him that shot again. He'll probably hit it. That's a good look.
Outside Anthony. Outside Davis.
That's his first personal foul. Coming on to the floor, Dwight Howard, J.J. Redick, Chris Dunn.
And here is Dunn. He's got 9. He dishes it to Redick. Shot clock at 5. There's a good screen. Lets the three fly. Dunn misses. Pistons trailed by 21. Lynn the pass to Williamson. Back to Lynn. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Good D by Howard. Anthony kicks to Dunn. From downtown, shots good by Anthony. Anthony's got his third bucket of the night.
And Anthony is certainly capable of sinking the triple. The D has to respect that quick release and get out on it.
Nice ball movement by Detroit. Allen with the screen for Lynn. Pass to Williamson. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Now, here's Dunn, defended by Lynn. Passes it to Wilson. He feeds it to Dunn. Outside Wilson. There's the dish to Dunn. Outside Wilson. Now, here's Dunn. He's guarded closely. Good work there as it goes. Dunn's got 11 points.
And Dunn is spectacular, seeking contact and getting it. Even more impressive that he makes these shots as well.
Now here's Lynn. He's usually able to provide some lift to his team, averaging 6 points a game. But they recover it. Pass to Kennard. Outside Williams. In the corner, it's Lynn. Ball's knocked loose. Dunn with it, and it's Lynn picking him up. The pass to Wilson. And the layup is good. Wilson's got 5 points now this quarter.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
You know the saying, numbers don't lie. You can see it up there on the scoreboard.
Now here's Williams. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. To the right side. They set the screen. Here's Kennard. 7 points in the game. It's good. 1:44 left in the third quarter. Now Dunn. Howard with the screen on Lynn. Dunn with it. He's got 11. Pass to Wilson. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And all you need to do is see his free throw percentage, guys. 90 for the season to know what kind of year he's having.
So Detroit ends up going with the new group. Warren's checked in for the Bulls.
One shot.
Detroit's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. Murray dishes to Leonard. There's the pick. Gobert the screen. Covered by Reddick. Oh, yes, the turnaround. 25 points in the game.
Wow, 10 straight points from mid-range.
56 seconds left in the third quarter. Dunn passes to Warren. Outside Wilson. Oh, good on the three. And, well, Detroit shooting 51% from the field. They'll take that. Murray kicks to Leonard. Stolen by Warren. Now, here's Dunn. He's covered by Murray. It's deflected. 20 seconds left in the third. Over to the wing. 5 to shoot. Connects from three-point range.
And how about the consistency from range tonight? Really impressive.
That's because he's finding the spots. No hesitation. You can sense his confidence.
And so it's Chicago, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Here are the Pistons with the ball. They've got Gobert, Murray out there with Murray. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. That's the group for Detroit right now. For the three, and it's Murray. That time on the assist by Murray. Murray's got 9 assists now tonight. The Bulls leading by 21. Dunn kicks to Maker. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. The Pistons working the ball around now. And it's Leonard missing. And for the Bulls, they're shooting so far very efficient. All around, about 55%. Maker dishes to Howard. And Redick kicks to Warren. Screen by Howard. Redick for 3. Drills it from outside.
And when you're down this many points, hard to justify leaving a good shooter that wide open.
Well, the game looks like it's starting to wear on them. Unable to get out, defend the perimeter, unfocused. This is a bad sign.
Here's Gobert, and it's off the back rim, no good. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Outside, Redick, and there's the feed to Dunn. Chris, you see some of the rookies coming into the league. They need to put on more weight. They need to build up a little bit. And how aggressive saying that were you looking to add strength when you came into the NBA?
Well, I was fortunate that I already had an NBA-type body, and so I really didn't need to try to bulk up for the NBA. You know, I really disagree that a lot of guys got to get stronger. Look at Kevin Durant. You know, we all know the famous story about how trainers laughed at him when he got to the league. The NBA is unique in that, do you have skill? Can you play? So, no, Curry doesn't need to put on 25 pounds of muscle. I think we've seen Durant doesn't need to put on 15 pounds of muscle. It's more about your game. It's more about your core and your balance. You'll pick up natural weight and natural strength as you go along. But how is your work ethic? Are you in the gym? Are you lifting? Are you working out? Are you getting stronger? That's great, but you don't have to necessarily try to become bigger and stronger. Just try to make sure you have game. That's most important.
Leaving the rest of the field in the dust.
Well, while he's out there making a play, everyone else is watching. Solid individual effort right there.
There's the triple. Doesn't go for him. The Pistons go the other way with it. Leonard kicks to Murray. Gobert the screen. 6 to shoot. A three-pointer is right on target. And that's 17 points for Leonard.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
And defensively, you know he's feeling good right now. And as the opposing team, you better adjust your scheme accordingly.
The Bulls making a switch here. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Curry kicks to Davis. Feeds it to Maker. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
Chris, bench celebrations can be seen as showing up the other team. Is there a balance in your mind of how players can celebrate without maybe rubbing it in the other team's face?
I mean, this isn't baseball. You know, if basketball was baseball, if we hit a home run, then we could trot, turn around, spin. We don't, you know, you have respect for your players by how hard you play against them, by preparing for them, by, you know, not playing dirty. But basketball, no. No, the culture is in the parks. The culture is with guys that play, and the bench should have as much fun. I love watching the benches go crazy. Think of how hard those guys on the bench work all season long and may never get in. What's wrong with being hyped for your teammates? No, I don't think it should be turned. I love it. Actually, I think some of these benches need to turn it up even more. Hopefully, we get a better show on the bench.
Now here's Murray. It's stolen by Curry. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. That one falls.
The awareness of everything around him. Curry picks it clean, then off to the races.
Gobert, the screen. Murray, the pass to Leonard. He tries for three. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Maker's got 4 rebounds in this game. Sinks the triple. He's got 21.
And every move he makes looks like the right one at this point.
Well, he's extremely accurate. Here, coming down the stretch, trying to see if he can close this one out.
To end the run. Rebounded by Maker. Maker's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And the pace of the NBA game has changed, becoming more strenuous. We've heard a growing chorus saying that the NBA regular season should be shortened, Chris, to allow more time for recovery.
No, the guys should do less in the summers. NBA has always been 82 games, and that's the season. Anything you do outside of the NBA does not concern the season. So if you're tired because you play on several teams or for your country, or the fact that you work out and you go to several camps, that's only your fault. You know how to get rest during the off season. So that's ridiculous to say that there won't be 82 games a year. That's ridiculous. How do you keep an historical continuity if we don't keep it that way? So I think guys need to take it upon themselves to find ways to get more rest in the summer.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Yeah, going up against a big run, trying to mount one of your own, I mean, it's exhausting and takes a tremendous amount of energy here.
Murray dishes to Gobert. Outside Leonard. Just 5 to shoot. Murray with it. Picked up by Davis. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
Yeah, that won't go on the stat sheet. Close to getting the block, but really it had the same effect.
Here's Curry. Rebounded by the Pistons. Murray's got 5 rebounds tonight. Chris, we've seen video review get introduced into the NBA and tweaked as we go along, refining it, polishing it off. And at this point, would you like to see video review expanded even further? Or do you think it's in a good spot where it stands right now?
I think it's in a good spot right now. I'm sure if I had time to think about it, there are areas in which you want to go to. But if you really think about it, I mean, the game is supposed to be a spur of the moment. It's supposed to be just players free-flowing and playing. And you don't want to make the game slower by going to the officiating video every single time. Right now, I don't think you should do it on charges and blocks, which is probably one of the most controversial calls in the game. I think where we have it now is good because it gives a balance, and right now we do not need the game to lengthen in any way. If anything, shorten. And I think adding anything more to refereeing and videos, I think would just make the game last longer.
Warren against Leonard. He kicks it to Murray. There's a screen. And here is Murray. Gobert, the screen. Tries to snap the cold streak. And Curry pulls it down. Curry's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Now, he doesn't look like himself right now. Nothing is going his way.
Drains the three-pointer. He's got 27.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Here's Murray. And there it is for him.
Beautiful things happen when you attack. Put the defense on its heels.
Curry on the wing. Davis kicks to Curry. Chris, you look at the way the game is played now. We have seen some retired players say it is soft.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is soft when you look through their lens. That's true. But that's the way that the game is today. And so if you're a fan just coming to the game now, or, you know, if this is the game you love, you accept it and you keep moving on. As long as the fans love it, as long as the players are having fun with it. But definitely, compared to the 80s, to the 90s, there's no doubt about it that the game is soft as far as physical play. But at the same time, look what it's produced. It has allowed players to show the beauty of an offensive jump shot, of an offensive move, and also made defenders get that much better because you have to move laterally and can't use your hands to guard.
The 15-footer off the left rim and out.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
Now Detroit moving it up. Leonard with the ball. It's good.
He's making it look effortless out there. I mean, the D doesn't seem to be hindering him at all, and he's taking advantage of it.
This is DeWarren. There's a good screen. Kicks it to Curry. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. From outside the arc, hands it from downtown. Curry's got 10 points here in the second half.
And they're just living beyond the arc here, really, the entire fourth quarter.
And you have to like this. Why? Because it's helping them space the floor, which can create other opportunities.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
And I love it, Greg. Both sides inflicting damage from the perimeter. We'll see how the defenses adjust, though.
Maker passes to Curry. Maker with a screen for Curry. Gobert with the block. Now here's Murray. Tight defense on him. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. And Chicago's shooting in the fourth quarter has been efficient at 56%. Outside Curry. For Murray. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Almost every look he gets inside is a good one, but the D hangs in there and makes it a tough one.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Chicago.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season. And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for Steph Curry.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Two shots.
Free throw good, Murray. Well, a few seasons ago, the NBA introduced the last 2-minute report, where they release a review of all the calls in the final 2 minutes of a game. It has certainly had some mixed reaction. Chris, how do you feel about the public review that a refereeing crew now faces with the report?
Well, you know, I think pressure should be on referees just like it is on players. I think everyone gets their job evaluated, and it's no different from anyone else. I don't know what it does, though, what a report does by telling you what happened in the last 2 minutes and that this referee missed the call. So I don't know what it does, but I don't mind it because everyone needs to be held accountable, and transparency is always good.
Very well said. Howard against Allen. No good from Howard.
He gets some extra attention from the D on that trip, and it throws a shot off.
Murray dishes to Williams. Makes it off the glass.
Nice job creating for the easy deuce.
Smooth sailing for Chicago. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Anthony kicks to Dunn. Howard setting the pick for Dunn. Tries to snap the cold streak. It's going to be 2 free throws. True contact on the shot.
And Dunn does a little bit of everything out there. Scores the ball, distributes it well, and also pounds the glass aggressively.
2 shots.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
The first one falls. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Now Lynn. Allen left side. Great D that time from Howard. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks a lot. Steph, what was the key that had your offense going so well tonight?
Obviously, guys had to make shots, and when we're creating and moving our bodies and the ball's moving, we're not turning it over. You know, we're tough to guard, and everybody had confidence tonight to go out there and make plays. So that's contagious, and we got to find that next game if we want to keep this going.
Obviously, the way you guys want to play, Steph. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.